five, five representatives from five resorts in Maldives. So, first of all, I would give the opportunity to each and every representative to introduce themselves before we go into the into details. Please introduce yourselves. Sound was not clear, Muhammad Hafiz. Right. Thank you very much for the introduction. First of all, we would like to know from each of the resorts what are the difficulties or what are the processes that you follow at the moment to get your corporate insurances to insure the property in the Maldives. So. That we could understand whether this process has been reflected in the bill or what would be the changes that are coming with the proposed bill for the insurance. I would appreciate if you could just comment in the order of the introduction that you have made. World of Astoria first. Yes, what are the challenges and what are the processes that you follow at the moment to get your corporate insurances to insure the property that you are operating in the Maldives? So, what the proposal that we have received from Maldives Monetary Authority, the changes to the current insurance bill, we would like to see whether all these concerns are being addressed properly, because we invited actually to Mati to comment on the bill, and they have sent us a brief comment, but we are still not sure of how this process are being done practically. But we have got a small understanding from MMA how they are as a regulator, they are regulating the industry. But please feel free to express your concerns. Thank you, Jamil. Now I would like to invite Muhammad Hafiz from Four Seasons to comment.
That's how the current process is us. At the moment,
Uh, was not clear what you have just said because connection was not was interrupted many times. So can you just repeat?
and thank you.
Thank you. I would like to ask one more question: whether you do your insurance directly through reinsurers, or is it your main insurance company from abroad is being re-registered in the Maldives? Can you answer that? Okay, thank you very much. Now I would like to uh, the opportunity to Iyaz Wahid from Universal, who represents W Maldives and Sheraton Maldives. Thank you very much. We would share the proposed insurance bill with all the parties that have given us the opportunity to have this meeting. So we would give you probably 5 days for you to look into it and raise concerns on any of the areas that you might find challenging in the bill, so that we could consider and we could discuss with MMA and see what we can do. Thank you very much. And now I would give the opportunity to Rasa from one and only Ritira. Thank you very much. Yes, the bill is designed to protect the local insurance industry, and at the same time, we are also trying to make sure that it's balanced in terms of investor perspective and also protecting the local insurance market. So that's the reason why we are having this discussion, and that's why I would like you to go through the proposed bill. We would share it. I would ask the Secretariat to share the bill with proposed bill with all the parties, and we would very much appreciate it if you could come back in the next 5 days, so we could have a clear representation from the industry, resort industry as well, to make it more practical and more realistic for all the parties concerned. And if I would like to give the floor to MP Ilyas Labib. Please.
Hi, thank you so much for your comments on your view on this insurance bill and the thing. Actually, we have very clear few questions. I have very clear few questions. One question is your property insured in a local company or through a local company, or mainly independent from your property is insured in a foreign company, foreign insurance company? I'm not talking about part of it, the main resort property, not about the health insurance, maybe not like the powerhouse. The main property is insured in a local company or in a foreign company. If it is a foreign company, is it insured through a local company, or you have a face, is the certificate is issued from a local company? The other question is the bill we got from the Maldives Monetary Authority. It says that it is mandatory. Even they say that now the regulation, it is mandatory to all the properties in Maldives should be insured through a local insurance company. So what will be the implications, or what will be the main challenges you will be facing if we make it as a mandatory to insure your property through a local insurance company? will there be any challenges to the especially 5-star, 7-star hotels if we make it as a mandatory to insure your property through a local insurance company? What I mean, one clearance. What I said, local company means any company registered in Maldives, any insurance company registered in local in the Maldives, whether it's a foreign company or a local company.
Thank you very much. Would any one would like to add to that?
Yes.
Thank you very much, yes. But I would appreciate if you could send us in writing what other things, factors that we should consider other than the price, which you think is important for this clause 27. Thank you very much. Please continue, Ilyas.
One more question. as you just mentioned, that there are international group, a chain that holds the properties in Maldives. Most of the time they will take like HPL, they take a group insurance. Mainly they will take some from international insurance company. They insure their property, the whole all the properties they have, and then they might issue fronted a local company. So it will be not a problem for us if you use a local company to issue your insurance policy. So will there be any challenges to these groups if we make this as a mandatory? But I know there are some international properties, foreign investors that have not registered in the Maldives or not fronted through a local company. So, but you are all to have insured your property through a local, or you have fronted a local company. But if we make as a mandatory, is it a very challenging thing to do to front a local company? If we make it as a mandatory, because there are very high-end, very high-end properties and a group chain that they own the local properties in here.
Please feel free to answer. Right. Thank you. Now I would give the opportunity to MP Ibrahim Sharif.
Thank you, Chair. First of all, I would like to ask the Universal Enterprises, because they mentioned they have some reservations about the capacity of the Maldivian insurance companies to insure all the required properties at a level that is required by the property owners. My first question is, do you believe that, or don't you believe that the Maldivian tourist insurance industry has the capacity to insure all the properties to the required level? What are your concerns about this? My second question is to the international tour operators of the properties here in the Maldives. My first question is it more economical for you to take group insurance policy rather than to take an individual insurance policy in the Maldives, even if it has to be reinsured by the international insurance companies as well? What is your suggestions about this, taking an insurance policy here individually, or take a group insurance policy along with your other properties abroad? Do any of the international operators have an employment or guest liability policy taken in the Maldives or with any Maldivian insurance company?
Now I would give the opportunity to MP Abdulriaz.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I have just one question. With regard to the local insurance company, what I mean to say is what we have been discussing is that we have some international insurance companies who have re-registered in the Maldives as foreign investments. My question to you is, what would be your opinion if we make it very exclusive to the Maldivians only? It's a non-foreign investment on insurance. If we bring that as a policy, what would be your response to that?
Uh,
Was my question not heard?
If we make it like mandatory.
yes, please go ahead. Uh, what the member is referring is to completely 100% owned by local Maldivian companies.
No. To make it clear, I'm talking about 100% Maldivian investments on insurance. So the whatever I mean, my question is, if we make it exclusive to Maldivian investments only, according to the foreign investment policy, the law here, even 1% with a foreigner means it's a foreign investment. So I'm saying it's 100% Maldivian investments, insurance companies. So if we propose that, what would be your response to that? That's my question.
Thank you very much for your time. I would appreciate if we could get some responses from you with regard to the bill in writing. I'm very happy to say that I have received some very productive comments from all the parties, especially about the clause 27 and the concerns that and how the process is going at the moment. And I would like to give the opportunity now to Iyaz Wahid from Universal. Unfortunately, not. I'm I would apologize because I think we do not have English translation, and I think we have actually being very patient. We gave Mati a lot of time to comment on this. I think bill has been sent to Mati probably 6 months or I think around 6 to 8 months ago. Close to 1 year now, and we personally called them because they did not comment on the first time, then again send, because we want to have a representation of the industry before we finalize the bill. So I'm really sorry to say this, but we do not have an English translation of the bill, but we would appreciate if you could somehow get your lawyers to go through the bill and come up with some constructive comments for us to consider before we finalize the bill. Actually, we have been a bit late on the bill, but we tried to accommodate as much as possible to represent all the industries in the Maldives, especially tourism industry. So please, if you could, just let me know your comment on this.
Thank you, Chair. Actually,
Yeah, I think absolutely right, and but unfortunately, we do not have a English translation of the bill, but we would very much appreciate. I mean, all the operators to actually go through the bill and comment on this, because for us it's also very important, as important as the insurance industry. It's also very important for us to keep the Maldives as it is an attractive place for the international investors to invest. So whatever changes that we bring to legislation, we would like to make sure that we have considered all their concerns with regard to this. So that's the main reason why I personally wanted to have this session before we go into finalizing the bill. So I would once again ask the operators to go through the bill, and if you have any areas of concern, please let us know in writing, because we would consider the concerns that you have. Thank you. I would give a last opportunity for the operators to comment before we conclude the meeting. A week, I could give you a week. We will send it today, straight away. We'll send it today.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Right, thank you very much, and look forward to your comments. And I think we could extend a bit on the time because we would be reviewing it all along. So probably we could extend it to another, I mean, from a week to 10 days. I think we could accommodate until 10 days for you to comment. So please feel free to share all your comments and concerns. Thank you very much, and I think this has been a very useful meeting for us. Thank you. Thank you for participating.
Thank you.